Hello, everyone. I can start saying good afternoon now because the sun is going down after 7 o'clock in the evening. Yay! Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. And it is Saturday, which means it's time for more Star Trek. And I am here today with my good friends, the One Ton Hammer.
Hello.
And Skeptalk.
Hi, everybody.
And Functional is with us in spirit today. He will join us next week. We've got a few things to talk about today. We've got a couple of videos to watch, and we've also got the review of episode 6 of Piccard. And now you guys might be wondering, why on earth are you guys doing 3 things in one show? Usually an episode review takes you guys like an hour and some. Well, I'll tell you folks. We got the shortest Trek episode in the history of Trek episodes, I think, excluding the animated series.
Yeah.
Like
38 minutes, right?
Wasn't even 40 minutes. Yeah. It was.
Yeah. The animated episodes are 34, and this was 38.
Yeah. It was. And I was watching it, and I was like, when I heard described video reading me the credits, I had to go and look at the timestamp because I was like,
I thought you lost track,
right? Like, and as Skep said in DMs before the show, this episode was boring.
It's nothing but filler.
Really was
Nothing but, you know.
Some of it was filler that doesn't even make sense.
Ugh.
Like, why does Jurati and or the Borg Queen know a 21st century song?
I now do not know what's going on between Jurati and Borg Queen.
I don't know either.
That's the only part that actually pushed forward as far as a storyline is considered, because they've shown her as being part of her now. So that's a difference. And she actually takes over.
Yes.
So there's, but did we get to see how that happened? No,
we didn't. It was like
we did. In the end of last episode, she put her fingernails into the side of her neck.
Yeah.
So we know how it happened.
That doesn't count.
Well, she was assimilated, basically.
Yeah,
not enough to take over the skin, but she got into her head.
I guess because
fingernail
stress endorphins, stress hormones were keeping her at bay, but then because of the high of performing.
Okay, so they're now an item. The Borg Queen and Jurati are now an item.
Yeah.
Well,
and is this for an hour? Is it forever? What's going on?
Well, we'll see in the future.
Yeah.
I would believe that Jurati let herself become part, like I would believe that Jurati sacrificed herself to keep the Borg Queen alive so they could get home. Right?
I think it's arrogance.
I
think Jurati felt that she can handle it.
Yeah.
Because she's so smart.
That is not a big ask for me. I think that she thought that she could do it, and she thought that it's okay. I don't need to tell anybody.
Because that makes sense.
I can just keep it.
On what level?
Because it's Jurati.
Yeah, she's arrogant.
She's
arrogant. And the Borg Queen even called her out for it. The Borg Queen even called her out and said, you know, you think you can handle this on your own? Like, the Borg Queen basically kept telling her in subtle ways. Almost like it was very interesting. The Borg Queen, it's almost like the Borg Queen is being affected by Jurati's subconscious, because in certain little ways, the Borg Queen was trying to get Jurati to tell Piccard and company what was going on. Like, because she kept doing little digs. Oh, it was fun lying to your friends. Right? It was like, there's that part of the Borg Queen that's still the Borg Queen. But then there's the Borg Queen. There's like getting her to do things that neither of them would ever do. Right? Like because the Borg Queen is finally in a meat suit, basically. And
speaking of meat suits, can someone explain that dress to me?
Yeah.
She's wearing this red dress that her boobs are actively trying to escape from. I mean, they're fighting to get out.
Nah, they're not. They're not. They're clear,
One of
but
them
they're not over. But they're not overflowing.
The other one trying.
I mean, it shows enough. It shows a nice amount, actually, from a male perspective. But they're not. It's not so tight that it's muffin top or anything like that. They're not fighting to get out. But they're very. It's a nice dress. I appreciate having her in that dress personally. The Star Trek was never sexy, so seeing somebody with their boobs pretty much hanging out, that's kind of like, wow, okay.
I did appreciate the little scene between Piccard and Renee, Jean-Luc and Renee, when she's in the solarium. It almost, or not in the solarium, in the exhibition hall, and she's looking at the shuttle, and it so reminded me of a mixture of him comforting like somebody like Tasha, right? And a mixture of that episode of TNG Disaster when he's stuck with the kids and he's awkwardly trying to like she's, because to him she's still like, she may be an adult but she's still a kid, right? And he's a little awkward with her, and it's so endearing to me. It's like it's heartwarming because it's that awkward, like it's awkward for him because he's trying not to reveal anything. Hi, I'm your future cousin guy, like but he plays it so well that it almost reminds me of like I said, a mixture of Disaster and Hide and Q when Tasha's on in the penalty box, right? And she's upset and she gets mad at herself because she's crying on the bridge. And Piccard, in this really awkward but really endearing way, goes, Lieutenant, basically when Q is involved, tears are permitted. It's just, it reminds me of the same sort of thing. Hello, all you need. Hello, Costin. Hello, Cannibalistic Wizard. Welcome, all of you. What did you guys think of the scene between Jean-Luc and Renee? Did I lose everybody?
Skep is muted.
Oh. Maybe the dogs are being dogs again.
Maybe. It showed signs of the old Piccard.
Yeah.
But there was something off about it. I really couldn't put my finger on it. It didn't seem dramatic enough.
I think that's because they were trying to tell the story in that stupid backwards trope. I hate when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Where
I do.
It starts at the end and then 30 whatever minutes earlier.
Yeah. They're trying to make it more interesting.
Freaking hate when it honestly makes it less interesting for me when shows do, and it's not just start like Piccard.
Yeah,
right?
I was looking at it when I watched. I thought, I wonder if I can edit this to put it all in order.
Yeah, you probably could.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, they keep adding things and putting stuff over in the overlay of the screen. I was like, it probably wouldn't be worth trying.
Yeah. And then we find there is one scene that does move things forward a little bit in the canon sense of, and I had this feeling pretty much right away when we met Corey, right? That Corey was not naturally produced, shall we say? She was. I had a feeling she was a test tube baby, an experiment, and we have that confirmation in this episode near the end because Adam is, in Corey's estimation, acting very weird, and he leaves her in the basement. So she gets breaks into his lab and goes into his computer and finds like hundreds of videos and photos of people that are kids that look exactly like her, but they are doing things that she has no memory of doing. And Adam Sung is like noticeably younger. In the described video, made sure to point that out, that these videos show a significantly younger Adam Sung. Before we see Corey, and we discover that yes, she is a petri dish baby, and that's probably why all of these genetic issues are happening, right? Because like I'm trying to wonder, like did he where did he get the embryos? You know what I mean? Like this is where I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I guess all that will be explained at some point.
I hope so.
The storyline doesn't make any sense to me anyway. Why is any of this particularly necessary? They didn't have to write this extra stuff in. Are they just trying to give this person more screen time?
I'm wondering, it feels to me like the story could have gone fine without Adam.
Or Corey.
It feels to me like, and this is what I mean by this season feels written half by people that actually know Trek and half by people that don't. Because it feels to me like the people that don't know about Trek go, well, Brent Spiner was really big in Trek a while back, right? In the show with Piccard, right? So if we keep showing them Brent Spiner every season, they'll be happy, right?
I think Paramount saying, "Hey, look, we're paying this actress, and all she's doing is sitting here. We're not actually putting her on film. We need to get her working so we get some money out of her."
Mm. Oh, for Soji, you mean?
Yeah, because if you don't show her as being the cyborg later in the show, then there's no reason for her to show up at all. Personally, I don't think there's any reason for her to show up in this episode or this season at all. She was important in last season because it was all about the robots, but this one's not about the robots, so why even care about her?
See, that's what I mean, but it I don't that her presence doesn't bother me as much as Brent Spiner's does, because it really feels like the Adam Sung storyline is thrown in there for the people to be like, look, remember Enterprise and that Sung? You remember, like they're all connected. See.
Was that Adam in that?
It's either Adam or his direct.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure it's Adam.
I think it would be around the same time, right? Enterprise
is around.
No, it's the wrong time because Enterprise is
Eric. Adam. So it would have been Adam's son, probably, or Adam's. Yeah. Because the Enterprise story is supposed to have happened 80 years before Kirk.
It's getting confusing, isn't it?
It's getting confusing.
All these shows.
All You Need says, well, we know the Sung Dynasty is very loosely related to ethics. That's true.
He was supposed to be the great-grandfather of Noonien Soong.
Who, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric was intended to be the great-grandfather of Noonien Soong.
So that would have had to have made Adam the direct father based on time.
Yeah.
So Adam either found somebody that would actually have sex with him, or he perfected his genetics stuff and stopped making girls and started making boys. I don't know. And of course, the reason this episode is playing backwards is because Piccard. We start the episode with Piccard in Teresa's clinic because Rios can't stay away from what is it with Trek and people from the future falling in love with people from the past? Like, what the fuck is it with that
trope they can't stay away from?
And Edith, right?
Yeah.
We've got Rios and Teresa. You know, we
Kirk and Edith.
You know, when they're talking about the Eric Soong character, it says this character was originally to have been Colonel Green, who first appeared in TOS: The Savage Curtain.
Okay.
And it is explained that Rick Berman mentioned that Brent Spiner was interested in doing the show, so we reconfigured that character for Brent Spiner. The fact that Soong's character arc was extremely similar to the character of Green represented a problem for the writers, as they wanted to somehow bring Green into Star Trek Enterprise, an objective he was ultimately able to achieve by making Green's part in the series a minor one. For what it's worth.
But the reason Piccard ends up in Teresa's clinic is because Adam, later on in the gala, Adam Soong and Jean-Luc Picard run into each other. And Adam basically says, listen, we both know Q. Q is like, I'm basically at the mercy of Q. I have no choice here. I need to get Renee out of the way. You need to stay out of the way. And Picard basically says, you know, right back at you, asshole, in less colorful terms. And Adam, you know, feels that he has failed in this whole mission because, you know, Piccard had his talk with Renee, and Renee has agreed, you know, yes, I am going to go up on stage and do the photo op with all the astronauts. You know, I am going to go up to the mission. I'm not going to quit. And then he sees the two Piccards, I guess, Renee and Jean-Luc, in the venue's driveway. And Adam tries to run Renee down. And Jean-Luc Picard ends up shoving Renee out of the way and basically taking the full hit of the car. However, he's an android now.
An android with blood.
An android with blood, yes. I don't know how that... I was like, why is he bleeding?
Because he's an android with blood.
Yeah, an android with blood.
Well, Juliana Soong could cry. Right? So...
Data cries at the end of the first TNG movie.
Right?
Because he finds his cat.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see you, Spot. Yeah.
So
I mean, and
androids can cry.
now he says, if you prick me, I'll not bleed.
Leak, yeah, as opposed to bleed.
But I think he actually said that he had like liquid. Like I think he said he had like biomechanical fluid. Like it specifically said that he didn't have actual blood.
It probably has hydraulic fluid.
Yeah. This like I'm trying to figure out why, because I think she has blood too, doesn't she?
Hydraulic fluid is red in color.
Well, yeah, I guess.
It's like transmission fluid. It's kind of like a red tinge to it, but it doesn't look like blood.
You can't drink
it. Didn't. No.
You can drink transmission fluid, but you can't drink
Adam ran down card with a Tesla. Was it really a Tesla? Or is all you need being silly?
I didn't look at the badge. I didn't see a badge. It sounded like an electric car. I didn't hear a vroom. I heard more of a
It did sound like an electric car. I wonder if it was a Tesla. That's funny.
I have to know the answer to that. Let's see.
And while he's looking for that, we get Piccard to the clinic, and Teresa tries to defibrillate him, and we all know how that was going to turn out. I'm like, I'm just sitting there going, this can't be good. Like even before the described video said that the defibrillator started to smoke. I'm like, that defibrillator is not going to work anymore. Right? Like, and I'm surprised that it didn't like mess up the neural nets or anything like that. Quite frankly, like, shouldn't the electrical current have...
Nah, Data took a lot more than that.
That's true. That's true. In Disaster, the episode I mentioned earlier.
It's a Cadillac.
It's a Cadillac? Oh, okay.
It's a Cadillac. It's got a Cadillac badge on it. That's something I can tell.
But yeah, yeah, that's true, because Data he told Riker to take his head with him. And then
Let me get this straight, Data.
Yeah, you want me to remove your head?
Your head?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I will be fine. Okay, dude.
And then he like blocks the electricity with his body. Riker's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yes, sir." It's the most curious sensation.
Unintentionally funny.
Yes. So yeah, and like I said, like that's basically where the episode ends with freaking Girardi Borg Queen wandering down the street in her dress and bare feet, just carrying her heels.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
And I'm like, okay, like, and I was kind of annoyed at the writers because there was an opportunity for them to give Seven a chance to be like, something's not right here. Right?
Yeah.
When Rios goes, so Girardi can sing. Right? When Rafi and they're all in the clinic, and
I wonder if that was really Alison Pill singing.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So it sounded a little bit. I'm not sure if it was her or not, but
there's another thing. When she was in the security room,
yeah, she actually sang. She actually.
Oh, she did.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Impressive.
Good for her, because she did a good job.
When she was in the security room and she had to get to the guys and she set off the thing that stunned them before she was close to them.
Yeah.
The Borg Queen gives her the power to break through the handcuffs. Did you notice the handcuffs before she breaks through?
No.
She could have easily slipped her hands out of those handcuffs.
Oh,
they weren't even close to being tight. I have a picture on my screen. It's not even close to being tight. I mean, there's I could fit my fingers inside the bracelet along with her wrist.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not. She could. I'm surprised they didn't fall off while they were filming. That's how loose they are.
Wow.
I know. It's like,
and the other thing that, how did Piccard not pick up on the fact that, like, when Jurati goes, if you don't stop talking, I will find a way to destroy you. Do you think that she would say that to somebody in the security room? Like, if I was Piccard and I heard that, that would set off like huge alarm bells for me. Because I do not think that Jurati would say that to another, like, human. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, it's outside of personality. It's obviously a Borg Queen talking.
And again, when like when I was saying, when they're all grouped around Piccard and Rios is like, so Jurati can sing. Seven should have been like, because Seven knows, she even mentions it in Voyager when Doc goes, Seven, you have a lovely voice. And she explains like the collective with the I forget what it was called, but it like gave her perfect pitch or whatever. Like that should have been a thing for her to be like, that didn't sound like a human, like, you know what I mean? Like, she should have been like, this didn't sound natural. Like, it sounded like she should have been able to pick up on that. And if like I said, if the team of writers had watched earlier Trek canon, had been in charge of writing this episode, she probably would have said that. She probably would have said, we need to find Jurati. There's something off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even asking for a reveal, right? I'm not asking for Seven to be like, the Borg Queen's not dead. I'm just, Seven should have been like, we need to find Jurati. Something's off.
I wonder what they're doing with Jurati and the Borg Queen. I think I would not be surprised to see Jurati become the new Borg Queen. And they take that in a complete new direction.
That'd be cool.
Either she's gonna become the new Borg Queen, or Jurati is the new, like, Geordi LaForge / Harry Kim, where like everything conceivably bad happens to her.
Yeah.
And she somehow just always, like, somehow survives.
Yeah, she becomes the foil of every plot.
Yeah.
Because of all the bad things that happen to her.
If something really bad happens to her next season, she's the foil. Because, like, last season, it was the I'm controlled by the Zhat Vash crazy bitch. And I've killed my lover because I'm mind controlled and everything. This season, I'm part Borg Queen. You know what I mean? Like, this really feels like she's gonna be the new, Harry Kim, Geordi LaForge.
She's annoying. She reminds me of Wesley Crusher. Shut up, Jurati.
Yeah.
She is. There's nothing lovable about her. There's nothing good about her. Nothing that makes me want to root for her. She's just not. I don't know.
She was in a movie called.
I'm not invested.
Yeah, she was in a movie called Dear Henry. I've been trying to track it down. I can't find it. It's never released on Blu-ray. It was only on DVD. So I've been trying to track it down and get a copy, but I haven't been able to find one anywhere. It's not even in DVD.com, so I can't order it or anything. But it's a full movie with her as an actress, and I wanted to see her in a completely different role to see if she was as annoying there as she is in this show.
Yeah.
It's not like she's a completely unknown actress. She just hadn't really done anything particularly notable. So I want, if I can find it, I'll have a better idea of what kind of actress she is. If that's her singing, that's pretty damn impressive. That was really good singing.
Yeah.
I'm sure
She's
it was,
actually a multi-instrumentalist, has a big musical background,
Yeah.
like, classically trained musician kind of thing.
Cannibalistic Wizard says, if she's foil, can I wrap her around my head to keep the aliens from listening to my thoughts? Well done, sir.
Let's see. I'm just looking through what she's done. I mean, Star Trek is definitely the biggest thing she's ever done. She was an American Horror Story, one of the spinoff movies from American Horror Story. But other than that, I'm not seeing a bunch of things. She actually has a Tony nomination, and Tony nominations are not complete bullshit. You earn those. And
that's stage acting for Tony, right?
Yeah, the real acting. That's it's interesting.
He was singing, like, from the diaphragm.
Yeah, she and at any rate, she was born in. She's Canadian, born in Toronto. Her father is a professional engineer. She attended the Vaughan Road Academy in its Interact programs for studying dance, music, athletics, and theater, and so forth and so on. She's basically been an actress or an actor since she was 10 years old.
A stage actor. So now her first movie that I could find was in 2005 called Dear Wendy. I mentioned it earlier. The
2003, she played Katie Holmes' sister in Pieces of April.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, when I looked at first, I thought it was a TV. When I looked first through IMDb, I thought it was a TV show because they don't. Yeah, they don't make it clear which one's which. You think on Internet Movie Database it would be about movies, but they seem to put as much TV in there as they do movies too. I guess they don't count
entertainment.
But the first one I found, the first one I found was Dear Wendy, and she actually plays like the second. There's a main character played by a guy, and she's her girlfriend.
Okay.
So she's like the lead female in the movie. So I was like, all right, well, that would be a good place to start. But like I said, I can't find the damn thing. So it's a matter of time. I'm just going to have to talk to some people and see if anybody else has it besides me. I'm in a little movie group, so we all share movies with each other.
Well, I have to say that when this episode was over, I was like, next week it better be like an hour.
You know what? With her brown hair, with her natural brown hair, she is much prettier. She is much prettier. Look at the 2010 Comic-Con picture, Hammer. 2010 Comic-Con, Allison Pill. Just Google that, you'll get the picture.
So what color is her hair right now?
It's blonde. Yeah, it's bottle blonde, but her natural hair color is brunette and kind of a reddish.
Yeah, there's a reddish tint to it.
It's nice.
Is that her real hair color, or is that something she dyed for a project that she was on?
She's probably got highlights. Probably got highlights in it. I mean, even my wife puts highlights in her hair.
I will say one thing: she's had a boob job. The boobs in that red dress are not her own.
Well, she's taking care of them, I guess.
Yeah, no,
she's running them. She's still paying on them.
Her previous movies, she's been topless, and it's night and day. So she's had a boob job. But I mean, what actress in Hollywood at this point, hasn't?
We seem to be getting over the nipple phobia of our culture.
She was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Actress Allison Pill walks on stage at the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and then there's a news photo from Getty Pictures, and she's even darker hair there.
Oh, she was in Scott Pilgrim. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you put in what Skep told me to. Allison Pill Comic Con. The fourth picture over on the right is her walking on the stage, and her hair is really dark. She's in like a black and white scattered polka dot kind of dress, really small dots.
She won some kind of Canadian. Oh, that's
is she Canadian?
That is. Yeah, she's Canadian. She won Best Actress in a Canadian Film by the Vancouver Film Critics Circle Awards. Yeah, she won that in 2021 for All My Puny Sorrows.
Oh, she's really good at playing crazy. I'll give her that much.
Yeah,
I mean, she's really sold
Mennonite sister.
But she's really showed it.
Allison Pill, Jordan. And,
she's really sold it on the show. She really, I mean, she plays a good crazy person.
Oh, I definitely buy it. Like when she in Piccard, when she goes like a little bit squirrely, I buy it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
So, I am not able to get the sneak peek trailer for season 3 of Piccard up on my screen.
I can jump on your Discord. I can jump on your
Discord.
I
don't have. If I don't have Discord, what's it called? Shared in my virtual device yet? Added in my virtual device yet? So it won't play the audio.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to play the
Hammer has put the sneak peek for season 3 of Piccard in the private channel in Discord. And I need somebody that has the ability to share the audio.
I've got that.
Okay.
So yeah, Hammer and Hammer, go ahead. You do it. You're
Hammer,
you guy.
All right.
Go about the Strange New Worlds thing, right?
I also have that. Yeah, that's my own video though.
Yeah.
Pause it. Pause. All right. So now when I share, do I share the screen or do I share the video file? Because last time I shared it as a screen.
Share your screen, but share the audio. Make sure you check share
audio. It's only
share your screen. You're just sharing your screen.
I know.
Not the video file.
All right. So I'll share the screen. I'll turn share system audio.
There you go.
Yeah.
You in business.
Okay, let me make sure. There it is. Add to stream. Hopefully it plays.
Tell me when you're ready. I'll play it. Is it okay to play this over your channel? I'm not going to get hit by this, right?
If we pause it and.
All right. Tell me when you want me to pause it. I'll play it whenever you're ready.
Okay, go ahead and play it. Yep, we can hear it. Perfect.
I am not a man who needs a legacy.
Huh.
I thought you wanted me to pause it.
The Enterprise and all the danger we rushed into.
Oh, wait, is that
days?
Yeah.
Evolution is not an act of preservation.
Back again.
That was Geordi the first person talking. Was Geordi the second person's data?
The actual data or before data?
Data.
How did
data?
Data.
It is clear sacrifice is required again.
Jean-Luc, when the galaxy comes
calling
old. You love it.
Aren't we a little overdue for a good old-fashioned road trip?
Communicator.
I promise you will not be alone.
Are we going back to D or something?
That would be Riker.
Yeah. Holy shit, everything. The music. We're talking first.
Wow. Did you get that described to you? What we just saw Blind Press? Did you get the names on screen that are joining?
I heard I heard Frakes, I heard Certus, I heard Dorn, I heard Spiner.
It's everybody from TNG. It's LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, Jonathan Frakes, Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis, and Prince Minor.
Yeah.
But
So
not Wesley.
I'm
Not Wesley.
I'm wondering if this. See, this is interesting because they threw this teaser out officially before season 2 was finished.
Right.
And there's I didn't see any Rios or anybody.
It says joining the cast, not replacing the cast.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if there might not be some unfortunate occurrences.
I'm
for
wondering
some of our current cast.
Because if they were joining Rios and them, I would expect some banter.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
You guys know that season 3 is last season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying that if especially Rios and
they're
Riker,
going to clear the decks and have everybody back for a
Riker,
big hug.
like there would be some huge banter between Rios. And for them to leave that out of a trailer, like I do not think that
I agree
my
with you.
prediction, like halfway through the season, because there's only 10 episodes, right? Here's my prediction. Rios, Rafi, Girardi, all of them, they're either gonna die or something potential weird thing. Like trying to sci-fi that. That's my
I tend to think that they're going to turn this into a good old-fashioned hug fest because it's all about the eyeballs. And they said, we tried the Rios thing, we tried new people, and we learned the thing that we always learn in Hollywood, that risk involves taking risks, and we never like it. And so we're punting and going back to old familiar. We pay them, we get paid. It's all good. And it's going to get progressively less and less interesting.
So is this Strange New Worlds here?
Are you hearing all that music?
Yeah,
we're hearing all that music. You're still
It's
sharing
weird.
your audio.
It's weird that I'm sharing the audio because I closed VLC.
Yeah, you will now share your system audio forever. You'll never have privacy again.
Nope.
Ever again. The rest of my life. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was coming through. There was no way for me to stop it. I closed VLC and it was still playing. I was like, wait a minute. How is it playing music if I've turned VLC off? Where is it playing it from?
No, you just have to literally stop sharing your screen and then reshare.
I did.
Oh,
I did stop sharing
Actually,
the screen.
what you need to do is reinitialize your audio. That's all you really need to do. Just pop your audio and you'll be fine. You won't share it anymore.
How do you pop your audio?
Well, there are many, many ways. There's an assembly language command you can give. It's about 6 bytes long. I used to have it around. have all my system pops around. Or you can just probably, let me think, go to your sound and pick a different
Audio device?
To listen to, and then save that, and then then clear your cookies and the like, because there might be some persistent data in back of a browser cookie or something.
All right, I have a problem called NER command that does the same thing. Like you just double click on an icon, it will switch between speakers and headset.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Tell me if you hear anything.
See if that works.
yeah, we hear it still.
We can hear it.
So popping it didn't help.
No, that didn't pop it. That did not. You're still listening to the same memory location. All you're doing is, I know you know this, pointing a pointer to a memory location. You need to point it away from that, or remove the source of the data, which usually will do that anyway. I usually do it by just firing up a different device.
I just did that. I switched to speakers.
So get into the logical device and physical device stuff. We probably should take that discussion offline. It's probably not of interest to
All you need
people
Jim
listening
went
to
back
this.
to look, and he did a super duper close look at the car, and he says it is a Tesla.
Yeah, it looks like a Tesla, but it looks like it has a Cadillac badge. And I mean, I stopped it and
Weird.
examined
Maybe it's
the badge with the magnifying glass, and it really does look like a Cadillac badge. Yeah, it does not look like Cadillac of any kind, but it looks like a Cadillac badge to me.
And I didn't hear any car, like you only hear the motor right up close, right? Like the only reason I figured out there was a car was because I heard the tires and the described video.
Speaking of things you didn't understand, there was something I didn't understand. I actually wanted to ask Hammer about this. When she says, I call my shuttle Spike, right?
Oh, that shuttle. The shuttle that
Yeah.
she's looking at.
Yeah, I'm just talking about that. I've changed subjects on you completely.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. When she talks about that, it has Aerospike engines on it.
Mm-hmm.
Why would it have Aerospike engines on it?
Don't Aerospike engines work better in space than they do in atmosphere?
No, here's how Aerospike engines work. Aerospike engines change the geometry of thrust so that at different atmospheric levels, it performs more efficiently. So it has a very I forget if it's wide at closer to sea level and then gets narrower, or is narrower and gets wider. I think it. I can't remember which one is which, but at any rate, that's basically what it does. It changes the geometry of the thrust that comes out of a rocket. My point is that little tiny ship doesn't look like it has giant propellant tanks that you need to take advantage of an Aerospike engine. It looks like it runs on a different kind of propulsion. I just wonder if anybody else got that. You gotta say no. Okay.
So yeah, that for me, seeing that trailer for Piccard, or that sneak peek, like unless they put out another trailer closer to next year and we see like back and forth between the new crew and the old crew, right? Because there's got to be, like, if they're joining each other, there's going to be some jealousy, right, from both sides.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised they brought back Gates McFadden. I don't know if you've noticed, but she looks older than Q does.
she sounds pretty old.
She has not aged well. Maria Sirtis has just gotten fat, and she got a boob job too. But Gates is looking really,
like, her voice got way deeper.
yeah.
Yeah, she really does look old. She
You say they age like milk.
Oh my, yes indeed.
Poor Gates.
I thought she was hot when she was on the show.
I used to have a family doctor when we lived up in Ottawa when I was very, very young. And she had a voice that was very similar to Gates McFadden's voice. And I grew up with the reruns of TNG, so I used to call her Dr. Crusher.
I had a thing for Gates when she was back on TNG. She had really alabaster, soft skin and the red hair. That was a 1-2 combo for me. I like that.
And the nice voice, like he had a great voice, like a not high pitched voice, but a not like,
and a little on the sing song side.
Yeah.
She highs and lows when she talks.
Yeah.
That's her. She's a stage actor too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She owns a stage acting company, I think, now.
Really?
And she actually danced as well. Like,
yeah, she's a dancer. That's part of the stage acting thing.
So that thing about the dancing doctor is
It's kind of real.
real. Yeah. But yeah, I'm predicting that either they're going to release a more in-depth.
And she's taught. Gates McFadden has taught at Temple University, the Stella Academy in Hamburg, University of Pittsburgh, Purdue, Brandeis, Harvard. Holy crap! University of Southern California.
Jesus.
Yep.
She is really.
What was she teaching? Dance theory and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, acting theory stuff.
Do you know who sounds pretty rough in that trailer is LeVar Burton?
Yeah. The only people we see is Riker, and we already know how he looks. And that's fine because you know how guys, when they get older, they just look better.
Well, and he sounds the same.
Yeah.
Like out of everybody, him and Michael Dorn sound.
They really haven't aged that much. But Dorn's covered in prosthetics, so even if he did age, it wouldn't really make a difference because he'd be Worf. And
hear it.
Yeah.
You'd hear like a good example of this is if you watch the first Harry Potter versus the second Harry Potter, and you do the digging to see how closely to the end of filming the second movie that Richard Harris actually passed away, you can hear it. The difference in the timbre and even the strength of Richard Harris's voice between both movies.
Who was the lead boy actor in that again? Played
Daniel
Harry?
Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, I thought you were going to say, if you listen to the first and second, you can actually hear Daniel Radcliffe's balls drop.
Oh, no, you can hear it happen in the first movie. Because it happened in the first movie. They actually had to dub his voice. At about, at about the halfway mark, his voice dropped. And they had to, he had to basically lip sync his lines because his voice was cracking so bad.
That damn puberty getting in the way of my TV movie program.
Right? But yeah, I think, because you can hear it in Brent Spiner's voice that he's aging. You can hear it in LeVar Burton's voice very much. You can hear it in John Delancey's voice a bit, but not it's not bad. Patrick Stewart's is rough.
Man, he really has aged.
If you compare Patrick Stewart, even in X-Men, in the early 2000s to now.
You see it a lot in his eyes. His eyes are kind of hooded now compared to what they used to.
Yes. He's not had any work done. You can tell.
No.
He's just aging gracefully.
Old. Yeah.
So next week will be episode 7, and hopefully it will be more than freaking 37 minutes long.
We've wrung every bit of meaning that was available in this poor, pathetic little episode out and left it on the floor here.
That wasn't even an episode. What the hell was that? That wasn't.
It was a pause.
Hammer talks about episodes that shouldn't have been episodes.
Yes.
This. This shouldn't have been, or the episodes where Hammer's that shouldn't have been a 2-parter. This shouldn't have even been a 1-parter.
This would never have worked on broadcast TV.
No.
Turnabout Intruder should not have been the last episode of TOS either, but
correct.
There you go.
But I mean, Jesus Christ, this was bad. This was I know, let's give the B plot the A plot spot.
I guess.
This will work.
I guess.
Right?
Yeah. Just I kept waiting for something to happen.
I know.
Nothing kept happening.
I was waiting for a mass assimilation of the gala.
If they had done a thing where the Borg Queen walked out of there as and just started assimilating people on the street and just got this big mob of people walking with her. All
That would have been
assimilated.
terrifying
I know that would
and awesome.
You plot? I got plot for you. Get out of that.
If that would have been almost impossible to get out of.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the sign of something that requires some good writing. A very difficult thing like that in order to make it not unbelievable that they get out of it, you have to come up with good ideas. Good ideas people will want to buy into. That's the key. Something like this, I think. Just my opinion, though.
Well, my friends, that is the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight.
Did you want to do the Strange New Worlds trailer?
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yes, let's do that. Let's react to the Strange New Worlds trailer.
I edited this trailer down so it kind of automatically pauses itself. But if you want me to stop at any point,
okay.
Share screen.
Thanks for doing this, Hammer.
Yes.
Oh, no problem. I actually ran this on the Wednesday show before we closed too, so it won't get you in trouble. I know that.
Or it hasn't gotten Hammer in trouble yet.
Well, it would have. I'm sure the algorithm would have picked it up by now.
Yeah.
4 days later.
Susan works in mysterious ways.
That's for sure. All right, here we go.
Hi.
So there's my editing in here.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. Not a good start as far as writing confident captainy dialogue.
No.
That's your beta male. That's Pike, right?
That's Pike.
Isn't that Pike? Isn't this before Kirk? Stranger New Worlds?
Yeah, that would likely be Pike.
This is Pike.
No, I don't see it.
And he starts out with hi.
I like the actor, the way he looks.
Sorry to interrupt.
Now, here's a picture of the Enterprise that you can see from the ground. It's in the sky. It reminds me very much of that episode where they beam the pilot out of his ship and onto the Enterprise. Yeah. Same idea but the look and the way it's shot reminds me a lot more of a shot that was stolen from Prelude to Axanar, which was a fan film. And I show that. That's here where you see the Romulan
It is
ships.
very similar.
It's very similar, which made me laugh because this is a fucking fan film they're pulling from.
This is your captain?
Discount Spock. The warp effect here looks like the warp effect that J.J. Abrams used.
Oh no.
Yeah,
it does.
That made me pause. And the nacelles have some protruding things on them, and there's a lot of lights. I was like, this can't possibly be the J.J. Abrams Enterprise.
And who did they pick for Spock? Is it Quinto?
No, it's somebody else, and he's not as good of a match as Quinto was.
To chart the stars. Push the boundaries of what is known.
The beam down sequence here takes less than 1 second.
It shouldn't, though.
This is before all the TNGs and all TOS and all that, where it took 5 or 6 seconds. Now, before everything this happens, and they're there.
That was before they enhanced the beaming process to take longer, Hammer.
TOS, it literally, you're right. It took about 3.5 seconds for the beam, for the.
Yeah, I'll play it again.
Out.
You can hear the sound.
To chart the stars.
It matches the visual.
Push the boundaries of what is known.
1/1000. That's how long that took.
It's not even a second. It's not even a full
Not even
second.
a whole second.
I can barely hear it.
Well, they weren't close.
Yeah.
They were back a little bit from the thing, but it's yellow, and it looks like the same stack that they used for TNG. It doesn't look like the glittery effect that you saw for TOS.
It's about 4 seconds, between 4 and 5 seconds for TOS.
Yeah, and this was less than a second.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It stood out clearly. I was like, what was that? And I paused the video.
I'm standing on the surface of a comet.
I love this job.
Wow.
Here's a place where I stopped. I put on the screen, new uniforms are ... odd. And the reason I did this is because his uniform is just plain yellow with a little bit of black around the neck and the logo on his shoulder, his communicator logo, whatever, on the shoulder. Her outfit is not. Her outfit is yellow with black panels running down the side, and they come out and they match the contours of her breasts. And they come to a point where her nipples would be.
Now, actually, I think that is what ladies in the sewing business refer to as darts. And I think that
color blocking of some sort.
It's just that rather than use the same fabric, they cut them in a black fabric, and it does really accentuate.
Am I explaining that wrong? Am I explaining that to her correctly?
Sense to me.
Yeah, no,
I'm
you got it right, and they do kind of weirdly go places where you wouldn't expect them to go.
And the dialogue, like I don't like.
And the point of the dart is right on the nipple. It does appear to be right on the nipple.
Yes.
I don't like. I have a bodysuit that kind of does that. On the cups, it has like a little bit of stitched fabric that ends in a point right on the nipple.
If you look at this in 4K, there is a little bit of you could say that's where her nipple is because this fabric bulges. I don't know if it's the bra underneath or the way it was stitched or what that kind of stuff is, but the new uniforms are kind of odd. He doesn't have this black on the inside, but she does.
Yeah, his man boobies do not warrant the darting.
She doesn't look unhappy about it, says all you can do.
Yeah.
No, she's pretty girl, that is. Anyway, let's move on. I said play. There we go.
These people.
Stopped here again. I stopped a lot during this because I didn't want to get in trouble.
That's fine.
But that's a picture of sick bay. This sick bay.
You would never have a sick bay like that in an enclosed ship.
This sick bay is 2 stories high.
It's got a big open area so everyone can share their germs. It's great.
Wait.
It's ridiculous. It looks like an audience hall of some sort, like you would have a performance.
It looks
has
like
a
the
balcony
reception area in a big building, which is
exactly. And it looks exactly like the one I used to work in.
In the middle of a ship. Oh, okay.
In the middle of the ship. The small sick bay, which is the most secure part of the ship, not anymore.
No.
Yeah, one thing aboard a ship, I will just tell you right now, is when someone is sick, you keep him away from the other
everybody else.
It's really
a wide open area.
This is huge. Be an officer to know this.
Only thing I could say is there's glass panels apparently separating the rooms, but still, it's
not going all the way to the top. There's so much wrong here. There's so much wrong. Anyway,
I wish I could describe it better. All right, let's move on.
It's just like this big sweeping expanse of linoleum.
We can do anything.
All right, you should recognize this. I stopped it here again.
Yeah,
remember from Amok Time, the fight with the on wounds and all that kind of stuff, and the kirk or whatever they were called. This is the exact scene from that.
So
it has 2 guys with those metal plates on one end and buttresses on the other. It stops here. That's all you get.
Oh, that's all you get.
That's all you get is a flash.
Weapon. I recognize the weapon. Yeah.
I forget what they were called. I know the things that you used to swing around were called the on wound, but I don't remember what these things were called. Remember when she stopped them? She said "Karika."
Yeah,
but that's not what these are called. I forget what these weapons are, but they're the ones that have a big ball at one end.
Lurpa weapons. That's what they were. The ancient Vulcan Lurpa weapon.
Lurpa, the Lurpa.
Yeah.
So we get to see these again. Welcome back.
Oh yeah.
Like you couldn't have anything new in TOS. We have to corrupt it with this first.
No. Of course, you have a title called Strange.
Oh, those are the actual props. Those are the actual props from Amok Time. I'm reading. They use the actual props. Enterprise. They were designed as an homage to that episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Make a note here. You really can't. I can't really explain it, but the special effects that they're showing in some of these cut sequences are really very, very good. I mean, I look at them on a 4K screen, and they're just gorgeous. They look like you're watching a movie. They are that technology has moved so much forward now.
Yeah.
That you can't distinguish between what they can do on a TV show and what they can do in a movie. That's how good this looks.
Yeah.
Anyway. Here we go. The screen from STD, where it covers the whole front of the starship.
Perhaps we should kiss.
That seems logical.
Not buying the Spock bedroom scene.
Yeah,
That's
Spock,
not the way he works.
No, it's not the way he works. I was going to stop it there, but I was like, I'm stopping it too many times. This is now Pike and his girlfriend in bed. I don't know if it's the first officer. I couldn't catch who the girl was.
Man, everybody's fucking everybody here.
Yeah, and I put up on the screen. I really don't see the captain's bed. I don't really need to see the captain's bedroom scenes because you see it twice. This is the first time. You'll see it again where he's in bed with someone as well. I don't know if it's the same person or not, but it seems odd that they would add that into the preview for the show so often, you know, because it's probably hopefully only going to come up once or twice in the entire run of the show, but we've seen it twice and it's just the intro. Anyway, we'll move on.
Maybe we don't touch anything else. Just a suggestion.
The whole future hangs in the balance.
Oops, what happened there?
No one can know the future. One can only follow one's instincts.
Oh, the video is stopped.
Yeah, you got a video hang. You have to.
Video's hung up.
No, this is looking meh.
Bad.
Meh at the best.
Yeah. We might get lucky and get the meh.
Like, yeah.
Personally, ain't seeing it.
I'm not like, at least the stuff for Piccard like made me a little bit excited and curious. Like, but this is just like,
I don't see anything in Strange New Worlds that is appealing to me.
I'm sharing the screen. I think I got it back.
Well, and especially with the way Pike was shown in the original series, like, I don't.
He was a manly man, and here he seems like a beta to me.
All white men are beta males now.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and end this because it's getting late.
Yeah.
Was that the end of the
Presence is blasphemy.
Let's talk about this. Find some
Let's talk about
this. Perhaps we should kiss.
That seems
The graphics are really very nice. I'm not actually stopping. It's still playing.
Yeah.
I edited it that way to stop.
Maybe we don't touch anything else. Just a suggestion.
The whole future hangs in the balance.
There's always.
He's so worried. He's so scared. He's so concerned. He's so not
the
man.
future. One can only follow one's instincts.
Nice killing. Discount Hawkeye.
That's our greatest strength.
There was another bedroom machine that just flashed by. This is a great shot. Watch this shot here. Look at this. That's the first time. Yeah, it's the first time you see the Enterprise used in that way, where it's actually you actually see it flying around, avoiding shots. You see it with the movies with other other ships.
Yeah,
trying to avoid getting shot. That's the first time I've seen an Enterprise do that. Usually, the Enterprise is so big it just takes the hit.
Yeah,
you know, or what was the ship from Deep Space Nine?
The Defiant.
Defiant, yeah, Defiant's ducking and dodging and flying around and all this kind of stuff. This is the first time you see the Enterprise do that.
Yeah.
Usually the Enterprise is so big, it just, oh, it hit me in the shoulder. Oh, it hit me in the other shoulder. I'm taking this damage.
Yeah.
Now it's actually just flying around, avoiding shots. I thought that was a beautiful shot.
That was beautiful. I mean, I hate the physics, kind of, because
I can imagine what that would do to
can
the
you
ship.
imagine
Trying
something?
to,
Well, yeah,
that big.
She's shooting something that's radiant energy, so it only moves at one speed, the speed of
Yeah.
light. That means if it takes 3 seconds, it's just covered 600,000 miles. It's covered 500,000 miles in 3 seconds. That's what you see. So that ship must be half a 500,000 miles away. And so then you see the Enterprise do a barrel roll and kind of come out of this weird Immelman type of maneuver over the top, to get out of the way of things coming at it at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Because
things
that'll
aren't
help.
things aren't at the speed of light. I mean, whenever I've seen a
How
torpedo
do you
fire,
get light to slow down? That's what I don't
Well, yeah,
understand.
whenever
How do
you
get
see
the
it-
phasers to slow down?
right? Phasers, different story. These aren't phasers. These look like
Or-
torpedoes, and torpedoes
photon-
travel.
Photon torpedoes. Clue is in the name.
Photons are light.
Photons.
Yeah,
be
when
light.
it explodes with photons. But when it's shot, I mean, we saw this in the movie.
So you're saying that it's really like a flashlight kind of a thing. You're firing flashlights at people, and then the flashlight comes on at the end. Only it's destructive instead of just
we
a light
see
beam.
this. We see this in the Star Trek movie
Pretty
where
flashlight
Kirk.
phasers. Yeah, I hear you. The problem. I don't have any
you really
problem.
don't hear me.
No, I do because I can suspend the belief and just say it just works that way, and that's fine. What
I
I
have
want,
proof. If I can finish what I was
Okay.
saying, I have proof. There's
Please.
a Star Trek motion picture where Kirk fires a torpedo that follows the output from a Klingon ship, and you watch it flying around the screen, and the guy says to be or not to be, and then it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Photon torpedoes take time to get from one spot to another.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
right.
I mean, it's
You're absolutely
perfectly reasonable that
of course,
you could dodge a torpedo.
absolutely.
Well then.
No, I agree. I agree. Good case.
Yes. So that was our review of this episode of Piccard and our reactions to both the Piccard season 3 teaser and a Strange New Worlds trailer. Please come back next Saturday for the episode 7 review. And if you are around,
Please be a better episode.
Right? If you're around at 11:30 p.m. Eastern tonight, you can catch Skep and Functional on Harry's version of Minions. And you can also catch me on Tuesday at 11:30 with Skep on his version of the Minions. And you can also catch Hammer on Wednesday at 9 for his version of the Minions. And if you have nothing to do tonight before 11:30, come and watch me yell at a stupid movie about blind people in Discord called See For Me. I'm hoping to start that between 10 and 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, that's what's happening tonight. And so yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. And we will all see you guys later. Have a great one. Bye, guys.
Live long and prosper.
See ya.